We're starting to get into fall time and the market is showing some interesting stuff. Let's take a look and see what's happening in the Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada real estate market for the month of August. Let's take a look. Well, this is interesting. As I predicted a couple of months ago, I said that I think the prices are going to start to flatten out a little bit. Well, you can see right here, they completely flattened out. We have stayed the same median home price for Reno Sparks, single family home, for 3 months in a row now. Looking at this over the last 13 months, you can see that just that flattened plateau that we've been in the last 3 months. Average days to contract, we stayed mostly the same, from 15 days to 16 days. That's how long it's taking on average to get a home hit the market to get an accepted offer. Still a lot quicker than last year. Active inventory by month, and looking at the new listings and sales as well, you can see that solds actually dropped a bit, back under the 600 mark for the month. And on top of that, what was really interesting is the new listings stayed exactly the same, but inventory did go up. 511 homes, so the highest it's been over the last few months we're looking at here. So good news there, we're getting some more homes in the market. Now this is interesting. Every once in a while I'll throw in one of this 5-year analysis to take a look and see what's happening previously. Now, a lot of the numbers in these slides, I kind of look over the last year or so, 12 to 13 months essentially, to see what's been going on. But sometimes it's good, especially right now we're looking at pandemic-based numbers, right, in the market. What about pre-pandemic? What were numbers looking like then? Well, you can see that if you look at August 2021, if you can look at the new listings, there was 718 versus 19, it was 760. But the most interesting thing of that is look at the inventory. Inventory of this year was 511. Inventory of August of 2019 was 1,511. Literally 1,000 more homes on the market in August of 2019. So we still have a lot of homes short of where we need to be. So even going back a couple of years, even the 1,126 in the year of 2017, that's still a big shortage there, a big gap we need to fill. So we still need a lot of more homes to kind of clear that gap that we've been in. Looking at the months of inventory, this is basically saying if we stop putting homes on the market today, how long would it take for every single home that's on the market to be able to sell? This is kind of just an estimate based on sales and homes that are currently on the market, the active inventory. So looking at that, you can see went up just slightly from 0.7 to 0.9, but good news is that's actually the highest it's been since July of last year. So we are creeping up slowly but surely. You're looking for a home to purchase maybe? Well, what's available in your price range? Here are homes in Reno Sparks, single family homes, availability for you. And you can see almost every single one of these went up a little bit. The only one that actually dropped was the 400 to 499,000 range there, dropped down just a couple of homes. But everything else actually went up. New contracts, this is taking a look at how many contracts we've had basically got an accepted offer for a home. Well, it actually did jump up for August. I was kind of anticipating we were going to be down just a little bit, and because last month it was 587, it dropped from 607. So the lower sales actually didn't surprise me, but I'm anticipating that for our September numbers, we're going to see those sold numbers go up because the new contracts went up as well. It just kind of lags behind it. Let's take a look at the hyperlocal market. We'll start with Reno, 553,500 for a median home price. Just went up just a little bit. The units sold did drop a little bit as well. No surprise there. We did see solds drop for Reno Sparks in general, so we anticipated that. Heading over to Sparks, median home price dropped a little bit. As mentioned, even solds in Sparks dropped too. So we saw the sales drop in Sparks and Reno. Inventory dropped a little bit as well as new listings. Median home price in Fernley had a little sliver of an increase, but look at that, new listings jumped up 23%, up to 73 homes. Good news there. Taking a little bit longer to get a contract, it looks like. Down in Carson City, $485,000 median home price, dropped just a little bit, and the new listings dropped 17%, so they did see a little bit less homes, but inventory didn't budge, stayed exactly the same. Took a little bit longer to sell a home there too. Even though it says 83%, it sounds all dramatic. It just went from basically single digits to double digits. Minden Gardnerville hit $600,000 median home price. Wow. So you can see it did have a over 5% increase in price. And while new listings stay the same, we saw inventory go up. And a lot of that is because look at the sales. They dropped 14%. Let's take a look at the affordable range, which is the townhomes and condos. Always watch the HOAs out for that, but $330,000 is a bit cheaper than the $535,000 that we are for Reno Sparks. So it's a bit lower, so definitely an option for you. And you can see it did jump up 10%. Units sold up 12%. Inventory is increasing, and we did see a little bit more listings, so that's good news there. Let's look at some national statistics now. You can see months supply of inventory nationally. These numbers always lag just a little bit. And so we're looking at July. They're slowly but surely going up as well. They never hit as low as we did, but they are crawling upward as well. Last month, I showed you this graph of showing times monthly index. So they created an index which basically factors in a lot of the major markets and seeing how many people are looking at a home on the market and giving them basically a score. And basically the average of all those scores and how homes are, how many showings they're having, right? Well, you can see we have been dropping over the last few months from our peak in March of a score of 283, we're down to 189 now. So, but even though we're dropping, I do want to point out, look at that July of 2019, the score was 123. So even though, so these are pre-pandemic numbers we're looking at now. So even though the numbers are dropping, we are still a bit higher than pre-pandemic showings. So that's great news. Still a lot of buyers out there. Now this is an interesting one as well. New monthly listing counts over the last few years. So this is basically new listings that are hitting the market and when they are hitting the market. So traditionally you'll see in the gray, blue, the dark, I guess light gray, dark gray, and blue, those are pre-pandemic levels. And you can see all of them are kind of peaking out. We're getting most of the listings by May. And then it starts to slowly go down and then plummet in winter, right? Well, things the last 2 years have been a little bit different. A pandemic can do that, I guess. You can see that both last year and this year were kind of plateaued, at least at this point. We don't know for sure for 2021, but kind of look like we're plateauing later in the year, mid-June, almost July, plateauing right in there, and that's the peak. So will we see this continue to, will it stay relatively high instead of going as down as quick as it does in previous years? Because you can see once it peaked in May, it has a little bit more of an incline than it did in 2020. 2020 kind of just slowly slivered down until, oh, got too cold and then went down. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to be spread out again this year. Again, we are seeing more listings now this month than we did the previous month. So I think we're going to see the new listings continue to stay up there quite a bit for a little bit longer at least. Finally, I always like to go over the mortgage rate projections, where they're at. You know, right now they're still so very low, and that's great news to make it at least a little bit more affordable. I know home prices have been up a bit for people, but with these lower interest rates, at least helps out with that higher home price. So good news is they do plan to stay in the threes. So it's a great rate. It's an awesome rate. So, but they are forecasted to go upward over time. So we don't ever know for sure what they're going to do. But if you have questions on that, please reach out. I'm going to put all my information in the description box below. Reach out to me, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I'm more than happy to have that conversation with you a little bit more about anything real estate market here in Northern Nevada. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you want to watch more of my other videos, you can watch them right over here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great month.